Hello, my senior boot campers. I miss you, and I wanted to make another video for you guys so that you're not too bored with your workouts every week. My cats are going a little stupid right now. I opened up the windows, and I think the fresh air is like really getting them in kind of an upheaval. So they're chasing each other around right now. Hopefully, they don't do too much damage to myself or or my laptop, which is where I'm recording this from in the living room. So we'll just play that by ear. But as always, with your workouts, we're gonna need a chair, water, and your weights. If you have hard floor, definitely grab your mat because we're going to be doing floor work as well today. What else? Oh, and with this program, I'm going to try and make it like 30, 45 minutes. No guarantees. You know how bad I am at like trying to keep things in time for shorter. I'm usually used to like that hour boot camp, but I got some really good feedback for that 30-minute workout just so that people can just get it done and move on with their time. So that's what I'm going to try for again. 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, once we start, we'll start. But I would give yourself time afterwards just in case the stretching takes a little bit longer than normal. So I'm going to start with the chair to start just because we're going to do some not physio movements but just warming up all the stabilizing muscles in the body. On your chair, I would suggest you sit kind of on the edge of it. I'm just going to go back just a little bit just so that you can really get those toe taps in order. So once you're on the edge, about a 90-degree angle in the knees, try not to cut yourself off because then you won't be able to do toe taps. And if your legs are too straight, that is too easy. So it's just right in the middle there, just right. Shoulders are back and down, core is active. Try not to fall off or like I said, the impending doom. I'm seriously concerned about my cats coming to annihilate me, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. With those toe taps, you're going for height, as high as possible, not speed. So yes, you will be going as fast as you can, but as the shins get a little bit more tired, they will not be able to lift as high as fast. So it is just about speed. Even rhythm will probably slow down a little bit and they might get a little bit choppy, so that's okay as well. Essentially, it's just as much range of motion as you can get in that ankle joint. You should start feeling the burn now. You still have 15 seconds left, so just keep going. Breathe through it. Height, height. Keep going, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can tuck one toe underneath the chair and just gently push down through that ankle. Switch into the other side there. And we'll do that one more time on each side just to really stretch out that ankle. We are staying in your chair, sitting up nice and tall. Try not to lean back in this position because you're going to be doing front kicks. So you are trying to kick up as high as you can, get as straight a knee as possible. So you're really working those thighs there. You should feel a little bit of a hamstring stretch in the back of the leg when you're kicking up. Don't forget to breathe. And like I said, just try and stay up nice and tall. Try not to collapse the lower back. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears. You have 10 seconds left. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and good. So your feet are about hips distance apart. Don't miss the chair when you come down. You're going to stand up, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, and then sit all the way back down again. So standing up, push forward, come back down. Shoulders are down and back. The harder you squeeze the glutes, the better. Core is active the whole time. Again, don't forget to breathe. You don't have to keep pace with me. It's just at your own speed, sitting down, standing up. 5 seconds. Last time up and coming down. So you do definitely have to be on the edge of your chair for this one. I'm just going to move a little bit closer. You have to be on the edge because you need that space behind you. Make sure your feet are about hips distance apart. Hands are going to be on your knees. This is a seated cat-cow pose that you would do in yoga. So you do use your arms. When you inhale, I want you to arch forward, looking up towards the ceiling. And then when you curve back, you're trying to touch your back to the back of the chair. So you come up, inhale, exhale, curve the spine. Inhale forward, exhale, come back. And you are trying to get a little bit more range of motion every time you breathe in and every time you breathe out. 10 more seconds. 5 seconds. And then you can come up to a nice tall posture. We are going to use the chair for core twists. If you have shoulder problems, you might not be able to grab the back of the chair. So do pay attention to that. Inhale nice and tall. When you exhale, I want you to twist over to the side. If you can reach the back of the chair, you're going to hold on. If this shoulder will not lift that high or do that, then you can just kind of come behind you on the seat and use it that way. Your arm that's coming across the body is going to hook on the outside of the legs so that the next time you inhale, you're nice and tall, and when you exhale, you use your arms to twist. So if you're holding onto the chair, you inhale nice and tall, exhale, twist. Inhale, your head turns as well. Exhale, whole torso. And then gently coming back to center. We're going to switch to the other side. Inhale nice and tall first. When you exhale, that's when you switch to the other side. And it'll be the backhand might be on the back of the chair. It might just be behind your hips. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, twist. Gently coming back to center. Shoulders back and down. Perfect. So I'm going to get you to still use your chair, but it is going to be in front of you. So this is not so much about balance. I do have you guys do a lot of balance in boot camp, but for right now, I do need you to use the chair so you can get as much range of motion as possible. And there's Smudge. Okay, so you're as close as you can be, but don't kick the back of your chair, okay, when you're swinging that leg. It just might hurt the foot, so do be careful there. With your hands on the chair, as tall as you possibly can be, with your right side, I want you to just kick that leg out to the side as much as possible. Smudgy! Oh, sorry, guys. Like I said, he got a whiff of fresh air and he's going a little stir crazy. 15 seconds on this side. So you are trying to squeeze that right glute as much as possible and kick out as high as you can with the torso being straight. Try not to bend forward. So that's where the chair comes in. You're nice and tall and then kick out. Last time. Perfect. That foot comes down. Same thing. Nice and tall on the torso. Kicking out to the side as much as you can. Trying to stand as tall as possible while you do that kick out. So generally we like to kind of prop ourselves up like this. So you are trying to have the hips straight, then do that kick. 10 seconds. Don't forget to breathe. You're squeezing the left glute there. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to need a little bit of a back stretch. So because you are using the back of the chair, essentially what I want you to do is step back quite a bit. Your hands are still on the back of the chair, and I want you to push that chest down towards the floor. Hi, Smudge. As you exhale back. So it's those hips that are pushing back towards the room and the chest that's going down towards the floor. You should feel a hamstring stretch, which is back of the legs, calf stretch, maybe lower back, maybe a little bit in the shoulders. And then I want you to come on forward, using that chair for assistance. Shoulders are back and down. Good. So you can move that chair just out of the way for now. Feet about hip distance apart. This is about as low as you can go at your own level. So if you can touch the floor and that touch down and then reach up nice and high, that's great. If you can't, you're still just working those hips back. So even if it's only this low and then up, that's fine. But it's hips first, then knees. If you try and bend the knees first, the hips can't really go anywhere. Ready? We're going to touchdowns. Hips back. Squeeze those glutes up. Hips back. Squeeze the glutes up. When you reach up towards the ceiling, You're trying to get those arms as tall as possible and try to get them alongside the ears. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and perfect. Now we're going to warm up the shoulders a little bit without weight or anything like that. We will be using weight later, but in full neutral position, feet are about hip distance apart, shoulders are backing down. I want you to bend your elbows at a 90-degree angle and they're glued to the side. So they'll look like this, trying not to have them up like this. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears, and essentially all I want you to do is externally rotate those hands as far back as they'll go, and then bring them forward. Squeeze back, come forward. So it'll look like this on the side, but your elbows remain right along your sides. Don't let them come out. Generally what we want to do is this, but really it's got to be like this. So pull, pull, pull. Just trying to externally rotate those arms, relaxing the neck. Core is active. A few more times. And perfect. If you have a wall, great. If you don't have a wall, or rather a wall that doesn't have pictures on it that you're going to knock off, then totally it's just going to be a shoulder press position. But if you have the wall, since you're home anyways and you have the space, you're going to stand right up against the wall. Heels, butt, shoulders are right up against the wall. I want you to have your back, your hands right up against the wall. Elbows start bent, and then you're going to reach up over the head and come back down. Now the goal is to have your fingers slide up all the way. I don't know if you can hear that. Slide all the way down. Slide all the way up. And all the way down. If you don't have a wall, essentially what you're doing is trying to get as far back as possible with those hands in a shoulder press position. So bend the knees just a little bit. Palms go over the shoulder. And I just want you to go up as high as possible and then get those arms back, back, back as much as you can. Squeeze the shoulders. Reaching up. Get those hands as far back as possible. Squeeze the shoulders. Come on up and down. Just a few more times. Last time. And good. Last, we're going to warm up that neck before we get into the actual full-on workout. So, with the neck, back to sitting on the edge of your chair-ish. Don't have to worry so much about the edge of the chair. Shoulders are backing down. Core is nice and active. You're sitting nice and tall. What you're looking for first is just stretching out the neck. So with your shoulders, relax down. I want you to tilt your head to the right, and you'll feel that stretch on the other side of the neck. Breathing nice and deep. Then lift the head up, tilting to the other side. And coming up. Now we're going to look up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor to get the front and back of the throat. So with looking up, you do lead with the chin. You should feel that right in the front of the throat. Keep the shoulders out of it. And then I want you to come back, excuse me, to center, and then tuck that chin in towards your chest. So it's not your body, you're not leaning forward. Everything is nice and straight. It's simply the chin coming down. You should feel the back of the neck stretch. And then come up, shoulder circle one time just to loosen up the neck. Now this is a shoulder check position, not using your shoulders at all. So it's just the head that's going to be moving. With the spine nice and tall, the head turns as far to the right as possible. I want you to stay there. On your next inhale, try and turn a little bit more. So it's just the neck that's doing that movement, not the torso. The body's not moving with you. Stretch a little bit more. And then come back to center. And we're going to look the other way. So just however far you can look the first time is fine. On your next exhale, I want you to turn a little bit more. And turn a little bit more. Don't hurt yourself. It's a gentle stretch. And then gently come back to center. couple shoulder circles, down and up. Perfect. Are you guys ready to work out? I mean, that was really just the warm-up. Now we're going to do some exercises. So prepare to sweat and start some heavy breathing. Okay, with both weights. We're going to be doing those touchdowns with weight. Essentially, what it'll look like is down and up. If you have shoulder problems, neck problems, nerve issues in the neck or shoulders, or you have a weight that's too heavy, you simply put one weight down, you're holding the dumbbell sideways like this, you come down in front, and then up over the head. So that dumbbell will be kind of right in front of the chest and body the whole time. At any point, if it gets too heavy, drop it down to just that one weight. Shoulders are back, core is active, and go ahead, down and up, squeeze the glutes. 1, 2, it's all in the hips, hips go back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you don't have to keep up with me at all. 8, take your time with it if you have to. 9, 10, last 2, 11, and 12. Weights can go down. So we're a little bit harder today. I'll go this way. You're going to be doing front kick. Sorry, hopefully you can see my feet. On the edge of your chair, you're going to be doing front kick and then standing up. But if you can manage it, you're going to take the arms out of the equation. Usually we use our arms for momentum. So I do want you sitting up nice and tall. Hands in front of the shoulders. Kick, kick, stand up, squeeze the glutes, come back down. Kick, standing up, squeeze the glutes, come back down. At any point, if you do have sharp pain in the knee, or you just, your legs utterly refuse to get you up there, then absolutely feel free to use those arms the next time you stand up on your legs, or if you have arm rests, definitely you can do that as well. Otherwise, you're in full neutral position when you stand up. Core is active the whole time. Try to keep equal weight on both the front and the back legs. Last time. And perfect. You are using your chair. Remember chair burpees? Yeah, we're gonna do those today. I mean, I did wait a few videos in to rip these guys out of my repertoire. As always, like we did in our boot camp before, if you can have the chair against something solid like a wall or a couch that doesn't move, that is definitely preferable. I have carpet, so my chair is definitely not going to move. Regardless, you are always making sure that you're over top of the chair and not doing this, because then the chair is going to move that direction. So your hands are always here. We're going to start it nice and easy. I'll be doing it both ways, easy way first, with straight arms. Straight arms is slightly nicer for the whole body because you're a little bit higher, but it can be nasty on the wrists. So you might want to go down onto the forearms. You are facing your chair. You do not have to keep pace with me. Ready, set, hands go on the chair, step out into plank, come back in, and then stand up. Out to plank, come back in, stand up. Or, if that hurts your wrists, on your forearms. It's harder because it's lower, but it is nicer on the wrists because they're flat. They don't have to do anything. Whichever one works best for you. I will finish the round this way, nice and easy. Easy. It's not easy. This is a total body exercise. So, as always, squeeze the glutes here, come back in, squeeze the glutes here. The further you can get out and come back in, the better. One more time. And perfect. You don't need your chair. Actually, if you want to sit, you know, that's fine too. You're going to enjoy the invention of the chair while you have some water. We're going to go back touchdowns with the weight. So again, if that first set you're like, I did it with both weights, but it was a little too heavy for my neck, just put one dumbbell down. If you have really, really bad neck and shoulder problems, you don't even have to do weights. You can just do touchdown, okay? Your choice. Bend the hips first, squeeze the glutes up. Down as low as you can, squeeze the glutes up. Palms will face forward, they'll face me. When you stand up and do that shoulder press, keep going. Try and keep those arms in line with the ears. Don't forget to breathe. 4 left. 4, 3, 2, and good. Weights going down. You will need that chair. Kind of on the edge, but not too much. You don't want to fall off the chair. Sitting up, nice and tall. Core is active. Kick, kick. Stand up, squeeze those glutes. Come back down. If you have to, use the arms for assistance. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 left, 9, and 10. That chair, push it up against a wall or a couch if you have floors that it might slide out with. Otherwise, on your forearms or on your hands, stepping up burpees. Ready, set, come down, step out, come back in, standing up, out, in, standing up. Man, I have a noisy chair. I'm gonna have to get a much more solid chair if I'm gonna continue doing these boot camps. 5, if you want it harder, it's like this. 4 more times. Squeeze the glutes. Stand tall. Last time. And good. Perfect. I really do miss you guys. I hope this is helping, and I've gotten some really good feedback from everybody saying that it's, workouts are good. If it's nice out and not crazy windy, it's a little too windy today, I'll definitely be doing it outside. And then you guys can see my super dead looking, really dirty backyard right now. So hopefully it's gets green quick, because right now it does not look so nice. Okay, have your breath? Caught it? Did you catch your breath? Sometimes it's hard to find. Last round here. 1 or 2 weights for the touchdowns. Seriously though, if you do have neck problems, don't even bother with the weight. It's all about range of motion. It's always good to have something rather than nothing. So, feet are about hips distance apart, shoulders are back, hips go back first, and then up over the head. 1, 2, 3. If your knees or your back is hurting, don't go down so far. It'll look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Depth is up to you. 9, 10, 11. Last time. And perfect. Weights can come down. Grabbing that chair. Sitting nice and tall. If you have not done sit down squats in a really long time, or do you have knee problems, definitely use one with an armchair, or you can kind of use your arms on your legs to get up. Otherwise, hands right on the shoulders, staying nice and tall. Kick, kick, come up, squeeze those glutes. Sorry, I'm a little bit close. And come back down. Push those hips forward, come back down. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. With those chair burpees, take your time with this third set. If it hurts your back or your knees, you stay nice and high and you go nice and slow. Okay? I'm just going to try and be as quiet as possible in this set. So I'm going to try and go straight arms on the edges of the chair. So you step out into plank, come back in, stand up. 1. If you want to add in those shoulders, it'll look like this. 2, 3, glutes contract regardless. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Feel free to sit down on the edge of your chair. You can have some water if you'd like. I am going to get you to sit down on the edge of the chair first, and you're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee. Now, depending if you have knee surgery on it or arthritis and it doesn't want to bend like this, you can bring your bottom foot forward a little bit so it relieves pressure, but I would prefer if you have that foot that's on the ground in a 90-degree angle, so you can be like this. I'll show you this direction. So this leg is a 90-degree angle. If you need to loosen up a little bit, it'll be like that. What you're trying not to do is collapse your back and just do it like this. Essentially, that knee at a 90-degree angle, you're gonna sit up nice and tall, and when you exhale, you're gonna lean forward. Inhale nice and tall, exhale, push forward. And if you can, if you want a little bit deeper stretch, rather than just leaning forward, you're also pushing down on that right knee. Now this is all personal preference here, so if breathing and leaning forward is more than enough, you think that's going to dislocate your hip, that's fine. Just keep it there. Don't push yourself too much. It's just trying to get a stretch in the knee and the hip and a little bit in the back. And we're going to lean back to release that leg, switching to the other side. So once you get that ankle on the knee, you decide where you have to be. This foot can be forward or back. I do want you to sit nice and tall. I do want you to lean forward. If you'd like a little bit deeper stretch, then you can push down on that knee as well while you're exhaling and leaning forward. Breathe into the stretch. The more you relax into it, the deeper you're going to get. Just holding for a little bit longer there. And then I want you to lean back to release the leg and release it down to the floor. Good. So I'm just going to check my time here. Okay, is that no, it's 28. Okay. All right. We're going to use the chair to get down if you want. If you can, just get down onto the floor. Definitely do so now, but don't forget your weights. Okay. So do put your weights down on the ground with you. If you need the chair to get down on the floor, it will look like this. You put your hands on the chair, kind of like we're doing the burpees. Step back a little bit so you can bend down to knees. So you don't have to put a lot of pressure on the knees. I know a lot of people have had knee surgery and stuff. So once your legs are on the ground, one hand goes on the ground, then the other, and you're physically just crawling forward, hip goes on the floor, and you're gonna lie down on your back. Just gonna bring this down for you guys to see me. So essentially, what we're gonna be doing, we've got 15 minutes left, 45 minutes. I mean, I'm sorry guys, 30 minutes is just so short. I promise, I will give you another 30-minute workout, but gotta do some floor exercises, don't want to forget that. Hi, Smudge. Okay, so once you're down on the ground, tuck your shoulders underneath you. Lower back is pushed into the floor, knees are bent, feet are on the ground about hips distance apart. We're going to be doing just chest fly today. So with your weights, you're going to grab onto them, lift the weights up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. Try not to clunk your cat right in the face, and you're going to bring it down to the floor elbows touch the floor, but not the weights. Always keep a bend in the elbows, and then come up, down, and up, down, and up. There we go. What are you doing? You're squeezing your glutes. That's what you're doing. I'm probably going to get bit because I'm not paying attention to him, so stay tuned for that kind of entertainment. A couple more times. Last time. And perfect. Hands come underneath you, and you're going to be doing full crunch. So your hands behind your head, feet start on the ground. Essentially, it's elbows and knees are going to come together, and then touch the head and the feet back down to the ground. Ready? Crunch everything together, and touch down. Come together, touch down. If this is too much for your back or your hips, you can do a half crunch, which is one knee comes up, come back down, other knee comes up, come back down. Your choice. Coming in and down. In and down. One more time. And good. We're only going to be doing 2 sets of the chest fly, so you're going to grab those weights once again. Squeeze your glutes, push your lower back into the floor, lift the weights up, palms facing each other. You're going to chest fly down, don't touch the weights to the floor, elbows are bent, and bring them together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those glutes the whole time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 left, 11, and 12. Those weights come down beside you. You're either doing a full crunch or half crunch. Hands behind your head regardless. The full crunch looks like this. The half crunch is just one leg at a time. Your choice. Come in and down. In and down. Even halfway through, if your back doesn't like this, it gets too tired, just modify so that you don't hurt yourself. It's always better to do proper posture in a modified position than hurt yourself trying to do the full exercise right off the start. 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and good. Breathe through the belly. How much time do I have left? 33, okay. Okay, let's do 2 more exercises. With this one, we're gonna be like rolling from our back to our stomach. So you are forewarned that we're gonna be doing that. In the first one, it's gonna be skull crushes, like we normally do. So I do want you to push the lower back into the floor, squeezing the glutes. The weights go up towards the ceiling. It's a wide stance of those weights because those dumbbells come right beside your ears. So you don't actually move the shoulders at all. It's just the elbows bend and they straighten. Those weights coming right here and then up. If it's too heavy with 2 weights, you want to hold one weight sideways, end to end. You come over the head. Do not crush your skull for realsies. This is just over the head, down, and up. Your choice. Squeeze the glutes regardless. Ready, set, down, and up. 1, 2, 3. Push that lower back into the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 more. 3, 2, and good. Waist can go down. So I'm going to get you to move on to your stomach. Don't worry, I'm not going to say the F word. It's flip for anybody who's not in on that. On that internal joke there. I'm not allowed to say flip in my boot camp because it just makes it sound too easy. I want you to make your way over to your stomach. We're going to do happy, happy back extension. So with that, elbows right beside your ribs. Drop your legs. So if your heels are up, relax them outward probably. They might want to go inward as well. It's up to the leg. Head comes down. I want you to lift the head, lift the shoulders. Nothing else really comes off the ground because I want you to feel it in your lower back. Don't use your legs and come back down. Lift the head, lift the shoulders. The arms are there to kind of assist you, but don't have them prop you up. They're just tucked away so that when you're using your lower back, they can help the rib cage be off the floor. Come back down. One more time. Up, hold. If your heels come off the ground, you're using your glutes. So just kind of relax the legs and come back down. I want you to make your way onto your back. Last time with those skull crushers. Make sure you tuck those shoulders under, squeezing the glutes, knees are bent, grabbing 1 or 2 weights. That's up to you. It depends if it's too heavy. Just use one. Weights go up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. It's a decently wide stance. Bend only the elbows. The weights are coming right beside the head. Don't close your eyes. This is not nap time. Come up and down. Up and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't worry about doing all of them with me. 11. Take your time if you have to. 12, 13, 14, and perfect. Waist can come down. Last time. Happy, happy back extension. They're so happy because of all the times I ask you to squeeze your glutes. This is the one time you don't have to. And this is probably the one time that they definitely want to. so I want you to tuck those elbows nice and close to your ribs. Relax the legs so your heels fall out. Lift the head, lift the shoulders. Feel that lower back work. And relax. Lift up. And relax. And lift up. And relax. I want your hands to come underneath your shoulders to push back into child's pose. So your butt goes back to your heels. Arms crawl forward, trying to relax the head down towards the floor. Breathing into that stretch. And then I want you to come forward into tabletop position. I think we still have a little bit of time. Yes, we do. We're definitely going to be doing those knee twists. So with the knee twist, make sure that your weights are out of the way so you're not going to hit them. You are lying on your back, arms out in a capital T position, palms facing down so that you can stretch out your chest a little bit. I want you to lift the feet in the air. The knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. Feet are together, knees are together. And you're going to drop both feet to the right. The feet for sure end up on the floor. The knees, if you're quite tight, might look like this. But I want you to take a nice deep inhale. And when you exhale, you just gently lower them to the ground. With every exhale, they'll come down to the ground. And you might have only one knee in towards the floor, and then the other knee might be up like that. So every exhale, you're trying to push this hip forward. And when you push this hip forward, then the knees come down to the ground. On your next exhale, that left shoulder blade, push it down towards the floor. Deep inhale. And exhale, twist a little bit more. Press that left shoulder blade into the ground. Push the right hip forward. Try and relax the neck and shoulders. Keep your feet on the floor very, very gently. Just come back to center. Once you're back at center, lift the feet up in the air. And then I want you to drop both legs to the left. So again, the feet are definitely on the floor. The knees are wherever they end up. Try to push that right shoulder blade into the ground. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, push the hips forward. Hi, Smudgy. Oh, I'm in his territory now, lying on my back. Try and breathe as much as you can through the belly. And then do keep your feet on the ground very, very gently, coming back to center. Once you're back at center, I want you to hug the knees in towards the chest and just kind of rock side to side. So if you want, you can come up to a seated position like this, or if it's easier for you to roll onto your side, that's fine. What we're gonna do is make our way up to a standing position. So if you're already in this position, you're gonna come onto your hands and your knees. If you can come up from here, that's great. If you do need assistance, your cat is there for all the moral support he can possibly offer us. But if you do need actual physical assistance, you can crawl over to your chair. The hands or the forearms come onto the chair. One foot, even if you have to grab that leg and pull it underneath you, the stronger one comes underneath. Tuck that back toe under, and you can pop yourself up like this and use your hands and your legs to stand up. We're gonna do a little bit of bounce. We have just a little bit of time. Might as well go for the full 45, right? Since we're here anyways. Okay, so I do want you to bring that chair back, or you can just use a wall or a couch or something that does not move. Essentially, it's just gonna be there for your added support if you need it. What I want you to do is you're gonna shift your weight onto that right side, onto that right foot, knee bent just a little bit, squeeze that glute, and I want you to try and lift that foot off the floor. At any point, if you have to touch down, that's totally fine. The other thing that you can do is just have your hand on a chair. So you lift that foot off. Shouldn't be too much of an issue if you have a hand and a foot. However, instead of grabbing onto that chair, you can do like 3-finger touch, 2-finger touch, 1-finger touch. The brain just needs reassurance that it has its assistance that it needs. So whatever works for you. You're just trying to stand up on that one leg, core is active, nice and tall on the spine. Like I said, if you have to touch down, definitely do so. Breathe. And bring that down and just shake out that leg. So you can switch to the other side. Nice and tall, core is active. I want you to shift your weight onto that left side first, a little bit of bend in the knee. It's two separate things. You're either lifting that foot off the ground entirely and holding with the hand, or if you want, you can just have that toe touch down whenever it needs to. So your choice. If you are using the chair, try not to grip it too hard. Try to just have that 3-finger touch or 2 or 1, just so the brain can get the signal that it wants to stand on one leg. The stronger your core is, the better balance you're going to have, because you're not going to collapse in the hips. So everything's nice and taut. That knee is off, the foot is off the floor. Breathe through the belly. And then shake out those legs. Perfect. So as always, I'm going to get you to move that chair out of the way. Find a wall or a couch. I'm going to do it on the couch so you have a better angle. So you can do calf stretch. So with that calf stretch, hopefully it's not too dark. I'm going to turn it just a little bit so you guys can see what I mean here. The toe is as high as possible on the wall or the couch. The heel's on the floor, the knee is straight. I want your hips facing that wall, and I want you to push forward. The hip probably won't touch the wall if it's very tight. It'll probably be like this, which is fine. Every exhale, I just want you to push a little bit more forward. What I don't want you to do is put your head against the wall. So it's all in the hips, push. With every exhale, trying to get it forward. Also try not to rotate out. You shouldn't look like this. Hips facing this way, wall here. You want those hips facing the wall, then pushing forward. And you can switch to the other side. Toe nice and high, heel on the ground, knee is straight. And I want you to push forward, breathing into that calf stretch. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Good. And then the last one is going to be a chest stretch. So I'm going to use the wall. Hopefully you guys have some place here. It's going to be a quick chest stretch. Arms are out. One arm, your right arm, is behind you. Your shoulder might not touch the wall. That's fine. You're going to externally rotate away from the wall and push the shoulder up against it. I have hyperextension in my joints, so that is why I can literally face the camera while my arm is wrenched behind me. But what it'll more than likely look like is your hand is out of shoulder height And you're just going to slightly rotate out this way and try and push forward. And that'll be a deep enough stretch for everybody. So regardless, if you have hyperextension, the feet, the hips, the torso, they all rotate out with you. When you want to release that arm, the whole body faces the wall. Then release that arm. Switch to the other side. The left arm goes out at shoulder height. Rotate the body away from the wall. Nice and tall in the torso. Every time you exhale, try and rotate a little bit more to the center of the room while you push that shoulder into the wall. Breathe nice and deep. Face the wall, then release the arm. You can shake out those arms. Well, another week goes by, people. Keep happy, keep healthy, go for walks outside. The sun is shining, thank goodness. I will be taking poor Smudgy out on his harness and leash today so that he gets his dose of sunshine and fresh air so that he doesn't get too stir crazy. But until next time, I'm so happy to do this for you. And let me know if you have any questions or if you have anything you want me to put into the workouts. Just message me. I'm here for you. Bye, everybody.